Hello everybody, Mr. here with episode 6 of the BeamNG RLS Career Mode. And we got some traffic moving on past. Well, last episode we got this car. I did do a couple of things. I don't know why I spawned here. But I put on a carbon roof, got us a wing, did a little bit of looking, and essentially there wasn't really anything I could do as far as tire-wise. I kind of had to just leave them as they are. But going same size front to rear is what I did. I did not happen to check if there was some sort of gear ratio difference thingy, but I do not believe that the ETK, at least vanilla, has that, so I think it'll be okay. But again, I don't know why we spawned here, because the racetracky thingy garage deal is here. Race paddock, which would cost $155,000 for one slot. I feel like that's kind of a ripoff in a way. I mean, $155,000, very nice. We could be here to do race stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there, and then we've got 6 more, 6 more, 6 and 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So there should be 30 slots here, in my opinion, or maybe 15. 1 per every 2 bays, you know, even. Make it like 1.5 million. I think that would be fine. So there we go. We'll have our lights on. And blinkers? Yeah, they're on the inside. I was wondering about that for a sec. So, yeah. What I first want to try to do, granted it's nighttime, show you guys, this car is a little bit on the insane side now. It should be around the 600 horsepower mark, but for like a total of 50,000 in, this is just insane. So do we have anything here? Yeah, we have the chicane challenge yet to try. We probably will skip to using our own vehicle. 3 minutes, 25 seconds, under 107, no penalty time. That will get us all the stars. Default time of day looks like it'll be the afternoon or morning. I'm not sure which way is which, but basically the same thing. A little bit of difference, but basically the same thing. So yeah. Just gonna wait for this to load on through. And I do want to try getting some perfectionism going again here, with Chase a little bit more. Also, I put on different front bumper there. That helps a little bit with the downforce. I think I put on a painted carbon fiber roof. ECU. Oh, I would have to go and look into the parts menu to see what I actually did, or even a log maybe would show that, but few goodies. I know I got the LED fog lights put in, so they're a little bit brighter, a little bit farther on the distance. That way it helps fill in there. Otherwise, pretty much as is. And what I need is to make sure we're in Sport Plus. Go full throttle right off the bat. This thing just picks up the front end there. Forgot I got a chicane here. Before we hit anything more than cones, let's retry that. Put us into the wall anyway, but tried. Yeah, I can tell this thing has got a little bit of go to it. Needs some more stop. I think I did the brakes. I'm not 100% sure, but that was very good how the traction control kind of worked with me on getting out of the corner that way. It looks like otherwise we do this main section of the course, but then we come through the chicane there. Tires are still a bit cold, but they might overheat on us here. These are just the Sport Plus 2Rs, so they're not that great. I could have went with race tires, and I kind of regret it, but I wanted it to be like street legal, yet a track car, you know, daily driver, but a track car too. Rear end really does like to step out. Maybe I'll have to take a look at that gear ratio deal. So far, even our first lap, we beat that. So I am cheesing it a little bit, but I think this will allow us to get all the stars for everything, time trial and race-wise. Just be a little bit of getting used to it because of how it's got so much power and so little grip. Braking is surprisingly good considering that we don't have a lot of cornering grip, but I also did take a look in between episodes here at the little three-wheeled Brock, I think if I remember correctly it was called, or something like that. Turbocharger overheating. Okay, so we need to get like an intercooler on it or something there. And really there isn't too much in the way of tire support, which is really sad. We can't get any racing slicks or anything like that on it, and the suspension doesn't look like it's very tunable in the sense that, like, really don't think we can actually get it to drive well. So I'm not sure if we actually are going to go for that. Yeah, it feels like the rear end just might be having some issues here due to maybe gear ratio or something. I'll have to double check those. We'll go ahead and knock this out first. This will give us a little bit of money. Being that we can do it, we might as well do it, right? And if they didn't want us to do it, they shouldn't have allowed it. We had almost a 1 minute flat time. But there we go. We get 2 vouchers, 3 stars. Grand total of 6,500 credits plus the 1,650 for a total of 7,125, putting us up to 26,611 credits, 650 experience, and we have a total of 30 vouchers. It's gonna be like last episode. We're gonna have all the vouchers, never have to worry. We can at least use those. Car shook a little bit there, a little strange, and she's kind of idling a little bit rough, so might just, for the sake of time and quickness, take this back over to the Chinatown garage real quick. See if I could double check the gear ratio, see if we can get something like an intercooler. Get the interior. Yeah, this is strange. So interior, or we want engine, intake, stock twins, turbochargers. You really don't want to go anywhere different than that. Yeah. Exhaust. Titanium exhaust. I did not notice that. And granted, we did make just about that much money, but it won't let me rev it up anymore, though. That was not me. But yeah, we got our xenon headlights. Throwing controls there. Interesting. Yeah, because I can do that. Which, it's kind of a weirdness, but yeah. But as far as the intake type of a deal, I don't see how I can actually get that better. But there we have the 700, which before we were at the 550. I could have done a 500 stage 3, but I figured let's go with the 700. We'll see how that does, which is doing very well. Now we got to see what our gear ratios look like. So we should have rear suspension, rear differential, 315. And unless that's where they did it, was through the differential that way. Engine. transmission, transfer case, so it's going to be in the front suspension. The other half should be up here. And we got a 315, so it is that way. Good. What does this do? No, I don't want that. Ugly. That off of there. So, yeah. Not sure. Gauges, Imperial. Yeah. Leave those. That's fine. I kind of misread for a second. The hood. Yeah, we couldn't put in that. We do have the TT Sport hood, which for some reason is not on the car. I think that'll help the turbocharger and cooling a little bit better that way. So we'll definitely put that on. Turn off the motor again. And we could take out the headliner, but I don't know. Nothing for that, and lightweight glass is hoping for that kind of like lighten the front up a little bit better, because the rear seems to not have enough weight, so to speak. But I don't want to add weight, obviously. That's right. There's nothing there for that. I mean, yes, I've got downforce, but in low speeds and stuff, it doesn't really do too great. What about... Oh yeah, we'll probably leave those. That'll be okay. Yeah, I think we'll be okay with the way it is. Titanium exhaust, we're going to run that. I want to see how that does. It should help us out a little bit. We're going to go ahead and assess the performance here. I'll get to see what drag time looks like, our horsepower, braking, all that good stuff. And this is kind of similarly automated to like how they get their vanilla stuff there. Vanilla stats, but man, that thing sounds good. The way it goes. And 9.6, this is less than a 10-second car. Look at that braking though is, ooh. Yeah, that was pretty good. 9.6 seconds. We're in the X class because we have 722 horsepower, like 50,000 all in on that car. The only downside is we do not have the braking force we should have. We can kind of see that with the colors of them, so it kind of shows you like, that's not good. So let's see. Probably run that again, but whoopsies. I wanted to be this. There we go. So what can I do for brakes? They're carbon ceramics. There's nothing more we can really do that way, and it won't let me change them. And I mean, I kind of don't want to. So we'll leave that, I suppose. And I mean, we could look into some paint. It gives you a little quick diggy there for paint, but you go ahead and change it to a metallic like that. I love how that looks. Add a little bit of a clear coat to it as well. Just $3,000 to get it that way. Being that I were doing so well with money, I think, and the insurance, I'm going to put it so it does paint parts. So I haven't ran that. And while that does eat more money, you can always turn it off before you have to repair. So what I'm wondering is how I can do that. Insurance policies, see details, customize. So every 25 kilometers, we do it like this. New premium would be $585. That's more expensive. Crazy. Deductible, maybe we'll put it at 15%. That'll help us kind of pull that down. Repair time, we'll put up to 5 minutes as well. That way it really helps us to pull that cost. Almost would do half an hour. Like halves the cost of what we originally had, but I think that's too much. And then apply paint when repairing. Yes, that brings back to 100. So we kind of go back to almost where we were. If we go to 10%, that'd be about where we were. Yeah. But we'll go here. So 600 seconds, that's 10 minutes. It would have you wait until you can do that. So there we go. Yeah, we'll hop on in. We'll put it in comfort. Why not? A little bit of a rough idle. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like that, to be honest, but it is a very high mileage car, if I remember correctly. That's how we got it for so cheap. And then we wanted to look into the BMRA time trial section here, see where else we can go. So we had the city tour. That one I tried. It did not work out very well. That can give us 16,000 credits. So I wanted to take a look into that. See if I could do it with this car. If not, probably do a little bit like a montage type of a thingy to not take up the whole episode, while I give it a few shots until I do get it. Actually, man, didn't want to do that, and I just broke our fog light. So it may have me repaired because the headlights apparently are massive amount of damage, as we've seen, but no. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. All parts and tires. Yeah, we have the Sport Cup 2R tires on. And the 265/35s, we're going to go put these race tires on. Not be street legal, but, you know, I think... Did I put slicks or... Yeah, I got racing tires on in there. So they're a little bit more towards roadworthy, although I wouldn't call them legal by any means, but... I hit Windows N when I meant to hit Alt N. Windows N will take up the notifications menu there, so that's why the audio went. Yeah. Anywho, I don't think turning around is something very easy to do here. Definitely could, but always car coming out right there. Oh yeah, my thing went away, so let's go grab that again. Remember, okay, it's there. Remember, past the diner in that strip. See if we blow up the car or anything like that, if it allows me to take it. Still a very streetable car though. I think the thing with the carbon ceramics is they got to be warmed up pretty good in order to actually work well, as far as the game is concerned, but I'm not 100% sure. But I know that I like the fact that you can't overheat them pretty much at all, but they always seem to be a bit softer that way, and like, they don't work as well and grab as well as others, so... Going a little bit early there. I don't want to get on down here. Put it into sport, kind of. A little bit of crackling, nothing too crazy. Mirrors, man, I gotta put those back up, I think. It's driving me a little bit nuts, kind of seeing how low they are. Okay, very high. It says we can provide our own. 4 minutes, 20 seconds per lap. And then the big thing is of course, I don't want to damage my car. The other car, I don't mind. So we're going to give this a shot, and if things start cutting, that is probably because it took a few attempts. If not, then maybe 1 or 2 I got it in. Although it does take as much as 10 minutes to do the entire thing. I mean, I don't think it's going to take me 9 minutes 40 seconds to do it. This car is definitely more powerful. I think the other probably has like 300 or 400, so we're probably around double its power. Definitely have that. We have the race tires instead of road tires. Like, this is cheese mode, definitely. Oh, and we're in comfort, so let's get it into sport. Oh, geez, that audio has really ripped open there. I think the brakes have warmed up a little bit here. On that rear end there, but this is where a turbocharger is overheating again. That's not good news at all. I'm not sure what I can really do about that either. Caught it there. That was pretty close. Are they supposed to turn there? I'm contemplating, did I do that right? I don't think so. I think I did do that wrong. Try and catch up on that now. A little bit of a bump over the curve there. Took out our fog light, but our engine temperature is staying pretty nice and steady, but our fuel is... Ooh, I think I'm seeing that needle move as we're going down here. .9 miles to the gallon right now. Catch a little bit of air here. Trying to be gentle to the car though. There's 2 laps done. 8:33. We managed to smash that all the way. Ooh, this car is quick. Let's shut her down there. Yeah, you can see I kind of bumped that. Looks like this is kind of interesting. I didn't think you could actually, if I get it right, and go into the camera, I can change it while we're still here. Let the car cool. You can hear one of the traffic cars kind of like paused and all that up there. That's definitely, I think, because a nice bug need in there. So we got a total of 20,000 credits just from doing that. And it was pretty quick. I did not even think I'd get it on the first try, but this car, besides the rear end being a bit loose yet, is still doing an amazing job. And I mean, once we get up to high speed, the rear end's fine. I think I just need a bit more downforce. I would rather do understeer than oversteer. The understeer, I just straighten out and brake, or just try to go as straight as I can and brake so that it doesn't hurt as bad. But if the rear end gets too crazy, it gets too crazy. Yeah, we can see we still got our bumper messed up, and both of our fog lights are out. Tried to turn them on, nothing happened. But there is 16,000 credits right there, so very nice. At the island to inland one, we've done that before. That can give me up to 20,000 credits. That one, I know you usually have a faster car, but guess we'll have to see. We can see our front brakes and tires are definitely getting toasty, so maybe what we should do is go home, open up the cooling on the front brakes here. Put it into sport. Police are going to come after me. So all I got to say is good luck. They know how to get into here and all that, but curious as to how well they do. Gotta keep that evasion going though. Would be a pretty nice feature to see added where, yeah, we almost went through a full tank of gas between all of this that we've done. Holy cow. It's 3/4 tank really. Added feature though for the police would be to, like, if you're using race tires or you don't have a license plate or, you know, other things that would be obviously highly illegal, chase you. And I don't know, it'd probably be a lot to do, but another cool thing would be like a, so to speak, almost like how you get the arrest deal there, but in the same way with, say, the license plate, where if they're behind you so long and so close or something, they get your license plate and then they'll break off and they'll give you a ticket whenever you get back here. That'd be kind of cool. Man, I got some good ideas going today. Let's see, though. We needed to tuning, and we're still okay. Like, we didn't have to actually replace anything there. And front ducts, we're going to go all the way up to probably 24. We're going to double that. I think we'll be all right. And then I don't know how our camber and everything is set up. I mean, I'd have to take this over to, like, the garage to kind of get the values and stuff. But we could do that. The rear wing, I thought I had the adjustable one. I guess I don't, so we're going to leave that. Wheel offset is kind of nuts for the rear, though. We definitely don't want that. We want to put it back up to where it should be. Maybe give this a little bit more pressure for when the downforce really hits to help the tires from basically just deforming too much and not working great. But I should do it. Okay. Got to reassess performance. Now that we have the racing tires on it, we should see some good deals here. Let's go ahead and turn off traction control for it. Let it kind of spin up and everything there. Just go. Oh my gosh. 8? No. 9.5. So 1/10 of a second faster thereabouts. It was like a 963. We should be able to take a look at our previous stuff here, maybe. Yeah. So here it is. Current test results. Our previous, we had 0 to 60 of 2.3 seconds, which is just insane. And it did 9.6 we went down to a 9.5 basically. So yeah, about a tenth of a second. Braking force went up massively there. We are full top tier class X. Performance index of 112. And I mean, this is got 48,000 credit value, probably 60,000 now into the car. Still just insane. So keep your eyes out for some of these kind of deals. You could really, I guess, break your career mode in a way, or give it a good start, which way you want to look at it. I think this is a great start. This is personally helping out a lot. But we're going to go ahead. And we're going to head on over. That's just the fog lights to kind of show you. And there's the low beams on. Probably going to have to get fuel first to make sure we actually complete the other thing there. So we'll go ahead and see what our cost is on filling it up. I don't think it's going to be enough to really outweigh what we've done here. Be a little bit of a bite, and we definitely could have done it without our car, without the fuel cost, but that's okay. It's speeding a little bit, but it's nighttime. Nobody's coming. Perfect. Cruise control on. We're getting like 20 miles per gallon. E. Okay, refueling. Yeah, here we go. Holy cow. This is only like a 17-gallon tank. I don't know how much we put in. I want to say like probably 10 gallons. Well, no, that's going to be about 11 to 12 gallons. Look at that. So yeah, 10 gallons would be 392 credits. So, whew. The pause thing again. We get the dimming of the lights. It doesn't look like the fog lights do it though. Probably modded deal. I'm not sure if they are or not. So that island to inland is down on the bridge there. Whew. Hardly even need any throttle to get this thing moving, that's for sure. Set it there. Yeah, it's a little bit too fast yet. I do like that it kind of, some cars with the cruise control don't shift up when they normally would. Maybe it's just doing it right. I'm not sure exactly how it could be. Good little bit of drone though into the car with that titanium exhaust. Down to 0.85 on our insurance policy score. in reverse. Let's just put it in park. There we go. Island to inland. It would have us take the Blech version of the 800 series or the Scintilla, but of course we know that both of those have speed limiters in place from last season. This is a little bit harder than the last one, so definitely got to be cautious in my braking zones and everything, but being that I can brake over 200 miles an hour on long straight stretch of the highway and stuff, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do it. 5 minutes for a lap or less, 9 minutes 45 seconds for the grand finish. No penalty time would be ideal, but 5 seconds is allowed. Let's make sure we're in that Sport Plus mode again. We're going to hear the car really nice and loud. Get our throttle full, unpause, build some turbo pressure for the takeoff, and we launch away. Another thing is this car is on Swix, which is maybe a bit cheaty, but gonna get some new logbook entries here. That's right, I gotta turn left here. Thankful for those brakes being so good. It's a hair bit late on that. Turbocharger's getting toasty again. That's right, we go straight and then take a left over here. Now we go down the highway, we get to see some good speed again. For a moment at least. There's another gear we hadn't had before. Go through this section again. This time we're going straight through that intersection, so I can carry a little bit more speed up through here. We're going to be under 5 minutes for a lap, but we just did it. Much easier to drive than the Scintilla would be too. And partially because of the tires, but full on the brakes there for a while. Now we later just zoom out down here again. Definitely going to be under 4 minutes 30, I would say. Kind of a scary for me. I was really holding on, hoping I didn't mess up the braking point there. Seems like that was fine. Oh no. Stay upright. Oh, I touched the dirt while trying to brake and corner. Yeah, that was going so great, and then it wasn't. So I have to give it one more shot here. Restart. Why did it put me in the other car? No, it didn't. It just pretended it did. Okay. Modulate that throttle a little bit better on the exits there. Go ahead and mess it up that time. Got a little bit of air exiting there. Almost pushed too hard on that exit, but managed there. Oh, we're running out of fuel. You have got to be kidding me. We have to refill for each attempt, absolutely without a doubt. I don't think I could even get it to a gas station anyway. If I would have gone down that way, maybe, but I don't think I can make it down there. We're gonna try though. Let's see if we could refill mid-race. Just to be curious, but I don't think we're gonna make it there. No. No. Yeah. So we ran out of fuel. Did not expect that. 446,573 though for our lowest time, which is pretty darn good. We're on track to get it. I just gotta keep it clean and figure out how I'm gonna get the car to a gas station. So, I mean, I'm pushing it, kind of. Barely, just barely. Just dinging up the bumper there. Is like the brake on or something? Yeah, the parking brake's on. I just got hit by a truck. You see that? I got hit by the truck. What happened to the front end? I know I got out in the wrong time, but I didn't expect it to place me there. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that would be a good one. So... I'm trying to think on how I can get fuel for the car. Like, that is something that we've had an issue with before. And I'm not sure how I can do that. It is mostly downhill this way. I can get some speed hop in and everything. And let me in my car. Oh, because it's moving, it won't. No. Look out for the car. Look out for it. Yeah, I know. Okay, we gotta slow it down now. So, yeah, there we go. And this is downhill, so I mean, I'll come back when I figure out getting some gas into this thing. The gas station's over there. I don't think we're going to make it to that one, and I think that's the only one on this side of the island, so I don't think we're going to make it anywhere. Okay, so yeah, I played with that idea just for a moment, and then I was like, wait a minute, I've got to go all the way downhill, and then there's a big steep uphill to get to that gas station, no matter what. There's no way I was going to make it. I have a repair option. Does that give me some fuel? I have an accident forgiveness. We don't have to deal with any of that. So that's what I'm next seeing about here. No. Yes. Okay. I did not know that we'd actually get a little bit of fuel there. So we're gonna hypermile this basically down. Being this is all downhill, make sure we put on these blinky thingies. We should be able to make it to one of the gas stations down here. I think we're gonna go down to the right. Got to keep a little bit of speed here. We go down over this way. We're gonna swing it all the way on out here to try to make it around that guy and everything. Whoops. I guess I got to do it. Now we should be able to coast on up there. I mean, we got a little fuel, so no matter what, we'll make it. But we're speeding. No, traffic collision. They figured it out. We're going to have to take the ticket, unfortunately. We don't have the fuel to run away. Well, 189 and we went up to 0.89, so I mean, I guess it's okay. Hey. Probably if we hit the refuel, I'm not sure. It's another good chunk. I had another idea though. But we already made it here, but I thought about it just now. I was like, what would it cost to buy another fuel tank? Because it comes with a full tank of fuel, does it not? I have to experiment with that. Maybe after we do this. Because we're basically empty. So we're going to get probably 17 gallons or 16 15.17 if I had to imagine. You could do the math if you'd like. Take the number for the cash we got, divide it by 3921.9, and you get your number. Or it's dividing 3921.95 cash amount. I'm honestly, that's the worst thing for me, is like I always get my division mixed up. But we spent $640 and a penny, or beam bucks, and a beam penny, a benny. Would you call it that? I'm not sure. Okay, he's still here being mean. And we got our tires stuck in them. You aren't being very smart. Okay. Only because being a ding-a-dong. Oh, I didn't pause and I deleted his car, and now did I break something? I've got the spinning wheel of death. And my game is just froze. My computer has just froze for a second there. Wait for it. Still audio. Oh, there it goes. The game just closed. Alrighty. So I think that's an anti-cheat measure maybe been put in. But we're gonna go ahead, head on over that way, and we'll try this again. Hopefully, maybe I'll put it into regular drive to kind of save a little bit of fuel. That way during braking and stuff, it maybe does something. I don't think it'll do anything. Maybe I won't even bother. I probably won't even bother. Why would I do anything? I might save myself like a quarter tank or a quarter gallon at most. It's gonna spawn us back at Chinatown, or where? I think it just spawns us at whatever closest garage there is. Would be Chinatown if I'm right. I'm not sure. Put us over here though. Oh, without our fuel? Nope, we got our fuel. Okay. I was gonna say, we did get arrested there, so that should have saved the game. Put on those fog lights there. Look out for the rolling football. Or soccer ball, I guess. I guess it would be more like a soccer ball in a way. No. I don't know what it would really be like. Why am I going that way? That was smart. Y'all can wait. We'll be fine. I'll probably have to repair the car when I get there, but I was like, wait a minute, if I go up this way, it's just a straight shot, so it ain't bad. Just waiting. I'm speed demoning through there. Why are you downshifting so much? Whoa. It's like running weird. The cruise control, at least, it was doing weird things. That was very strange. These guys hold up traffic, so. Alright, let's see. This one, yes, we've always had issues with. Bet you if we go over to our car, prepare for voucher or 1,000 credits. Let's just pay and start. And this one, I have a feeling I'm going to get it good, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a replay, hopefully. Yep, it auto stopped there. Okay. Put it into Sport Plus. Put it into Sport Mode, transmission. Make sure all of our lighting and everything is up. I got airtime just going through the flat there because there's a bump. Nearly hit the barrier there. I was hoping the light throttle would help me with cornering a bit better, but it did not. They are solid. Cautious in that section, a little bit bumpy, not very, but just enough that if I cut that band, slide out like I did there the second attempt. A little bit of a leg spiky thing there again. The front end off the ground there. That pole. Ooh, I'd rather hit that curve than the pole. Oh yeah, my steering's a little bit crooked. We'll have to take it a little bit easier here. Probably pushing too hard again. Not letting it stop me that quickly. Here, on our second lap, we gotta get this, and I gotta make sure I hit the times at least. The island, now we gotta do the inlet section here. Longer. Brake a little bit early here. Super hard. Just on a straight, this is where we'll make a lot of time up. get that front end up again. Maybe celebrating a little bit early, but I definitely think we got it this time. Take it a little bit easy through here with our front steering being messed up. So we don't hit that pole again either. Well, I shouldn't say again, but don't almost hit the pole. Ooh, what happened to our audio for the car? Fine by me. Wow. Oh, it paused because of the recording deal. And that's stuck that way. But there is our 20,000 credits. All 5 stars. Let's look at that with 5,000 cash on top. Ooh. Yeah, this is definitely a good way to do it if you got the skill to drive in the car, possibly to do this. You know, if you could build a car that's a little bit better than this one, that's all the better. But I think this is pretty good here. So we're going to go ahead and continue here. And that's probably going to be it for today's episode, to be honest here. We'll have to go ahead and hit the fuel station again, though. Definitely come out very positive, though, on the money side of things here. I don't know where you're going. Or you. Take it easy here, because we'll have to get the car repaired. Go. Let's refuel. 483 credits this time. I think that's what it'll cost. Let's see. I wish it did go a little bit quicker, but I guess it's all right. The big one is like the T-Series with the diesel pumps. I know those flow a lot faster, at least in the truck stops. I don't know, maybe the ones at like regular gas stations, probably not so much, but yeah. Anyway, 505. I wasn't very far off. 22 bucks. 22 beam bucks. It looks like our front could definitely use a little less cooling. Maybe we'll go down to 22%. And we've used up our toes, I imagine, here to take the car on back. Nope. Let's go ahead. We got to use it if it's there, right? Because, I mean, with the steering and everything, lost the time for the episode. I want to make sure that we have the car ready to go in tip-top shape here. Ouch. Yeah. I think what I will do between episodes is I will go ahead, just drive around at the circle, basically, and get us up that accident forgiveness. But guys, I think that will have to be it for today's episode. If you like today's episode, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more BeamNG RLS content, more vanilla career content, if you want to see some in-between random videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let me know down in the comments any thoughts, opinions, suggestions, ideas, or topics. Otherwise, you can take a look down in the description. I have all of the mods listed, Discord, and a couple of other YouTubers as well that are worth checking out. Again, guys, that's it for today's episode. Take care. Bye-bye.